What's going on, my good people? Checking in real quick. Want to holler at y'all real quick about understanding your individual energy. I know as a collective, we all got to come together and play our part as a whole, but you first have to understand your energy individually. And what does that consist of? Many different things, but on a major scale, when you feeling different energies, knowing what's yours and what energy is not yours, understanding how you feel, especially if you're an empath, especially if you sensitive when it comes to your energy, which you will know as you keep going within, connecting with the Most High and your spiritual team. Like I always say, you'll begin to understand certain things that you was tied into when it comes to your energy, your energetic connection. It's not yours. So when you're feeling down, or when you feeling a certain type of way that you don't normally feel, when you was just upbeat and moving and going on, when you start feeling that out of the blue, you got to know that that's not your energy. But the only way you're going to know that is if you tap into your own individual energy. With that being said, when you're surrounded by people who, for lack of a better term, don't know themselves, or very indecisive internally with what they want to do or how they want to go about doing it, these different things can absorb, can influence your energy if you're put in a low vibrational situation, which will cause you, if you don't understand your own energy, will cause you to have what they say confusion, that spirit of confusion. So when you know you in your God-like energy, when you connecting with source, doing the proper things, the natural things that's going to keep feeding your spirit and allowing you to grow, which is getting out in nature, walking in the grass, sun gazing, always having a positive attitude, positive mindset, always trying to be in a position of peace of mind, and so forth, so on, all these different things that brings in high vibration, high frequency. When that is happening, when you're always in that zone, you start to understand your energy on a different level. So now when you're surrounded or in the if you're in the circumference or in the facility of negativity, you're gonna feel it a mile away. Even before you directly get to it, you're gonna have that feeling. You're gonna feel a change within you, and you're gonna know that it's not your energy. You're gonna know where you stand and what it is that's affecting you. And as you continue to look through your spiritual eyes, you will see exactly where it's coming from. Energetically speaking, you would know whatever is sent your way. And reason why I keep saying sent your way is because some people don't even know when they're sending things your way in a negative sense, sending you the evil eye and doing all these different things. Because mentally speaking, when a person is internally speaking to themselves, but not on that high vibrational level to understand what's really taking place, when they're on that low frequency, the basic level, they don't even know exactly what they're putting out. So long as you in a high vibrational setting, it's going to backfire. It's not even going to touch you. If anything seems like it's touching you, it's because you out of alignment, like what I basically said earlier. If you don't know your own individual energy, and that'll be only because you're not doing the work. So when you're doing the work spiritually on an energetic connection, then you will you will have that high intuitive understanding of who you are, what you're here for, what your purpose is, and what your connection is and how to contribute to making it better. We all talk about living in our truth and standing in our power. However, then some people find themselves in situations where they feel like, oh, well, because of the situation and circumstances, I had to lie, or I had to stretch the truth a little bit, or I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to hurt their feelings, so I said this. Is like, what? Living in your truth is living in your truth. And the only way you're going to ever get to a point in a place where you can confidently, fearlessly live in your truth on the highest level is when you understand your energetic connection of who you are by going within. Then those feelings and emotions of sympathy, of things that's out of your control, or validation, or worry in reference to appearance of how another person is going to look at you, none of these things would be a factor. It would only be you holding up what you know on the highest level of challenging yourself to say that I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. That don't fit or connect to my highest good. So if my highest good is living in my truth, and it means speaking my truth, and it means saying what it is for what it is, and not for what I want it to be, to appease another person, or to what we used to say in our community, how we grow up, oh, not put this out there because the kids are not mentally developed enough to handle it. All these different excuses, because that's what it come down to. And then as time go on, we could, we can go back and forth about what makes sense. But right is right, wrong is wrong. And if you're going to live in your truth, you got to live in your truth wholeheartedly, completely, without blemish, as they would say. Yes, no one's perfect. That's why you always going through the learning stages. For every goal you accomplish, the next goal you have to learn before you accomplish it. There's a learning stage before the accomplishing stage, and then it repeats as you keep gaining momentum and going higher and higher and higher. If you get what I'm saying, for those who that resonate with. And that's why a lot of times we as chosen seeds go through a lot of struggles. And of course, we're wondering to ourselves, especially internally, like, why I gotta keep going through different struggles. But you're the vessel, you're the hand-picked, energetic individual from the Most High and your spiritual team to be the example, to be the one to show them you can go in the fire, you can go in the flames and come out without being burnt. So it's a miracle within itself. But the willingness is what helps it be more effective, to the point where when you have a connection of knowing frequencies, highs and lows, then it's easier to not look at it in an animated way of how they teach you on the basic level, on the religious level, on the guru level, how they would say. People who just talk because they think they have a couple pieces of paper or certifications to give them, quote unquote, permission to say or to think that they can speak on things because they can, oh, I have a book, I learned this from the book. But what about the things that are naturally, intuitively coming out, where there's no book that has been written yet when you're speaking on certain things? Because like I said, it's infinite possibilities. When you're dealing with the Most High, it's infinite possibilities. So it's things that can come out that you probably ain't ever seen yet. It's certain knowledge, wisdom, uh, information that hasn't even been tapped into yet. But everybody will take it that way because somebody else is telling me to do this because they learned it from this and somebody else taught them that. But like I said in the previous message, somebody had to write that book. And whoever wrote that book had their own thoughts of their individual internal ways of how they viewed things, what their perspective was, and was bold enough and fearless enough to stand in their power and write that book from their own perspective, not thinking about how other people was going to feel about it, but knowing that whatever it was they was going through was a challenge and they overcame it, and that's what they put out of their experience. So understanding that, you'll know that when you go through the struggles, like I was just saying, it's worth it when you make it to that other side. The only people who don't really understand why they go through the things they go through is because they don't allow themselves to get past those levels of comfortability. Once you pass them levels of comfortability, then you know that that wasn't your limit. Then you know it's limitless. You know it's unlimited. So when they say, how people say sky's the limit, or you only have a certain amount of uh what's the term? I forgot the term, but we'll just say when it's capped off what you're thinking, when you get writer's block, or when you get that freeze in your mind where you thinking and certain things don't come out, so you just leave it alone. But when you push through, like anything you push through, whether it be that fogginess in your thinking, whether it be going beyond what a book say and actually going within internally and getting something more, and it's going to show because you actually live in it. That's why you're the example. That's why people are going to connect with you on a different level. The ones who is supposed to resonate with, they're going to hear it when they're supposed to hear it. And I watched a lot of videos, I read a lot of books, I had a lot of conversations with different people on different mentalities, different fields of work that they do. Like, it's all different things that people do that I can connect with. And I understand that no matter how many times we say, oh, this person right, this person wrong, a person is only right if you can resonate with their perspective, and a person is only wrong when you don't resonate with their perspective in most cases. But we truly do know what's right and what's wrong when we internally accept truth. So how do you live in your truth? How do you uh, intertwine with others who living in their truth? And to go back to what I said from the door, understanding your own individual energy. And once you understand your own individual energy on the highest level with the highest frequency and highest vibration, then you can see a mile away somebody else's energy on that same level. So that's why they say opposites attract. What is it attracting? The opposite of what the original traditional thinking is. You're going to attract that same opposite person, that the person who's thinking the same way in the opposite manner. Like, they're not thinking traditional. They're not thinking that everything has to come through a book or through isolation of people saying, if you're not with this group and you don't follow this thing, then you're not a part of this, or you're not a part of that, or you don't know what's going on. It all comes down to knowing who you are, setting the bar, setting the trend, and creating whatever it is that fits your greatest good, your highest good, and then connecting with the people who individually are on the same pattern, on the same narrow road, on the same focus of what they want for themselves, and they don't intertwine in a negative way. Meaning it's like a compromise within itself. Whereas, like, I don't have to compromise who I am or what I'm about or what my goal and my focus is. You don't have to compromise who you are, what you about, or what your goal is, because it's all aligned naturally. So that's where you get the concept of soul tribe. And with divine intervention, divine guidance, by going within, connecting with the Most High and your spiritual team and doing the work, you'll be guided to the people you're supposed to be with, instead of leaning to your own understanding and thinking, oh, I feel like this today, so I'm supposed to be with these people. Now I feel like this tomorrow, even though it's not my energy, but I don't know it because I ain't been doing the work. So I'm confused. I'm not supposed to be with these people. Maybe I'm supposed to be with these people over here. And that's when everything get tangled up. And then it take you forever in a day to untangle all that energetic confusion, because you're not doing the work of understanding you on an internal level. So, that's just the concept that I want to throw out there. Understanding your own individual energetic connection within yourself, within the connection of going within, connecting with the Most High Source, your spiritual team, and really truly knowing who you are and living in your truth in the most authentic and natural way possible on the highest level. So, just want to holler at y'all real quick about that. Food for thought. I'm going to holler at y'all on the next go round. Continue to put out love, peace, joy, and, just keep growing. Stay high vibrational. Let the low vibrational stuff go. And keep growing and becoming a better version of you every second, every minute, every hour, every day, week, month, and so forth, so on. And I'm going to get at y'all on the next one. Love y'all. One.